From the coast of west far to black fathom deeps, silent I'll hunt you, silent I will creep, gliding through the depths, gliding to your death. Upon the shore I rise, hold my flippers to the skies. I am more than a fish, I am more than a man, death will rise from the tide. I am Murloc, I am king of the sea, but I'm not Aquaman, death will rise, hear our cry. I am Murloc. That was in celebration of the new Murloc Knight card, which has been shaking up the mid-range paladin these days. Yay.
Did you not miss a line?
Hearthstone
I feel like you missed a line.
Yeah.
No, it ends in I am death. Is it not? I am Murloc.
If you want me to sing the entire 3-minute song, so I can sing the entire 3-minute song.
I feel like the Murloc being associated with death should be a thing, but okay, whatever.
Yeah,
anyway, that is an excellent song.
A good Hearthstone song. No.
It's a World of Warcraft
the name of the
song,
card in Hearthstone. It's the spell, 4 mana, summon 2 to 4 Murlocs, I believe it is. Yeah.
It's been around since a lot longer than Hearthstone ever has.
From an ETC card, the BlizzCon card, yeah.
No, I believe it's from L70 ETC, which was around since they were level 70 at the time. I'm presuming that means we're talking.
It's lies. It's all lies.
Yeah, Burning Crusade would mean 70.
And
anyway, that's from Burning
Crusade. Says that it's by level 80 ETC.
Well, they've changed their name when the next expansion came out. I mean, the YouTube video that comes up when you search for it is level 70 Elite Tauren Chieftain Am Murloc, which presumably dates from when they actually launched it. But every time they change the level cap in World of Warcraft, they change the name of the band.
But it's like Hearthstone has 60 cap, so it should be level 60 ETC.
But World of Warcraft has a level... as of the next expansion, 110 caps.
It's not like it's a World of Warcraft song. I mean, it's a Hearthstone card, you know?
Good.
Yeah. No.
God damn you. And it's not... No.
Neil damn me.
Also, if you really want it, it's also available for Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Which also predates Hearthstone. Just by a little bit. So it's actually a Guitar Hero song.
I'm not sure about all this. I think
if you really want to be awkward about things.
It was probably made for Hearthstone, because like Hearthstone, it's been in the works for a while. Like they had the World of Warcraft TCG a while back. They've been working on Hearthstone for a while. So I imagine it was originally a Hearthstone song, and it just took a while for Hearthstone to get made and put out. So it was probably made during the alpha or something.
Right, okay.
What is your opinion, Will? Do you think it's a World of Warcraft or a Hearthstone song?
Been around for time immemorial, surely.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you agree with me. And I'm sure that the people in the comments will also agree with me, won't you, Virta?
The only person who watches the video. Yes, well, welcome to the Button Mash podcast. I'm joined by the ever argumentative Tulkas the Violent. And Will's lurking somewhere in what sounds like a echoey cavern. I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. You're going to echo for the week, I suppose. So yay, welcome. Video games and video game accessories is what we're about. Going to be here for around 2 hours, hopefully. Depending on what we talk about. It may be a quiet week again. That said, we always seem to drag it out.
I, in fact, have a lot of fluff prepared if it should be needed. Think about it as an emergency measure. If we get to the end of the first segment and we don't have enough, then I have a ton of filler content for you.
Then you turn to some sort of epic poem.
Apparently, Aldereth is having me write a story for him or something. But yeah, epic poem. The Lay of
some
Spike.
Sort of Homeric Odyssey.
Spike. I miss Spike.
Yes, I do seem to recall.
I wonder when I'll see him again.
Well, I'm sure
Yay,
you will
Spike.
meet some sunny day. Yay! Let's talk video games. What have people
I
played?
played Hearthstone.
I've played nothing once again.
Will, you have played nothing, have you?
No, he listed a game
Damn you.
called Sawdall in capital
Sodal.
letters.
I've
Tell
played
us about this
Sodal
game.
this week.
Yeah, tell us about this game, Sawdall.
This game involves procrastinating and not actually playing video games.
I see. So it's more like a simulator kind of game.
It's a real life simulator.
I see. So it's
To be fair, I would say the two don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can procrastinate
But
by
I'm
playing
supposed
video
to be
games.
playing video games. So this is why I'm procrastinating
Oh, right.
from.
I see. So it's sort of like a meta joke, like
Oh,
Sawdall
okay.
is like a video game, but you're procrastinating. So like meta, it's all like so meta, and it's beyond our comprehension as a feeble American.
I hope not.
Some nuanced Eastern philosophy thing. Okay.
Yeah, Eastern philosophies. That's what
No,
that is.
I've been sculpting once again all week,
Alrighty.
and also designing a forge for the metal of bashing and heating and making stuff.
You have a button mash coming up soon,
Well,
don't
that
you?
sounds cool.
Yep.
Yep, that's a thing. I got. Ooh, if we want to segue into a game, I bought a new board
Do tell.
game for it over this weekend. I got
dear.
Guess Who,
What?
but Pokemon edition.
I've played Guess Who. I haven't played Pokemon,
Yeah.
but I have played Guess Who.
I think it's like Gen 4 Pokemon, so it's like half the Pokemon I have no idea what they are, but it's fantastic. So you can go, is it a water type? Yes.
I just
okay.
like imagine like
Does it have 3 evolutions? Yes.
I just imagine
or whatever. I don't know.
I just imagine me going
just
to a
Guess Who,
button
but
mash
Pokemon.
thing someday, and just like everyone's just like playing games I've never heard of, like old ancient like games that are just like weird pixelated and were developed before I was born. I'm just like there, being like, this is a relic of a past civilization.
Yes.
Hearthstone.
We do have
Hearthstone.
more modern stuff that was
Hearthstone.
created
Y-
after
yes,
your
yeah,
birth.
yeah,
No,
you need Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Well,
That
I will
wouldn't work
introduce
well.
Hearthstone to button mash.
If you can get us a sponsor that will furnish us with
Well,
a
I will
whole
bring
bunch
my
of
laptop,
laptops
so
so
that will
people
be
can play
one
Hearthstone
laptop,
against
and then, like,
each
you
other,
can
then I'm
someone
up
else
for
can
that.
bring another laptop. Then we can have everyone cycle between the two laptops. And this is a laptop that I record Strangelands on, so like someone could like sabotage the Strangeland server in the process. That would be glorious. No, it would be
Yeah,
fun.
no.
We could have like a
don't
button
think that- I
mash
don't think that would go
plays
over too
Strangelands
well.
episode.
What, just
Yeah.
random
Speaking
people at
of,
the
like,
event just
how,
playing
how
on
many
our
people
That's
watching
what
the
that does
button
so
mash
well.
are like fans of like the channel and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
How many people
Sorry,
of like the
was that?
button mash would like know who I am?
I want to say
Oh, okay.
2.
Not even Michael.
I was excluding staff. I was actually thinking,
I see.
I was
see.
actually talking
Okay.
fans here that might
Well,
actually know who
I'm
you
down.
are.
I'm down with having fans. Yeah, I'm up to 55 subscribers now. Woo! Yay! And
Cool,
also
congrats.
YouTube broke the comment system. There's
Yeah.
all these comments that I haven't read. It's fun. Yay!
Well, we can get to that in the news. That is news. We have YouTubey things in the news, so we'll talk about that when we get to the news. But yeah, at our event, so far there are 2 people at our events who've come up to me and gone, I really like your videos, so they might know who you
let
are.
us know in the comments.
Maybe.
Ah,
Yes, let us know in the comments if you're watching this and are going to
Yay.
Button Mash. So that's awesome. And if you know who Tulkas is, or if you're just turning up every week to listen to this and like, who the
they just
Christ
mute.
is this
Whenever I
guy?
stop talking, they just immediately just like spam the mute button.
I don't know how you. That seems like a difficult way to make that work.
You just like I
don't know how. I don't know how
I
that would
suppose
work.
you wouldn't know when to unmute, would you? Oh well.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with the thing. They're just watching the entire podcast on mute. So like, oh damn it, I'll just wait till he stops talking. Oh wait, when does he stop? I better leave it on mute. Hey, I don't care. It's all viewer retention. It
We
all
should put
counts.
timestamps in
So
for whenever Tulkas is talking, just to ease the process.
Yeah, maybe. We should just have an icon on the screen that says Tulkas is talking now. Please mute
But
your
then
videos.
I would feel slighted.
Well, that's no different to the usual
suppose so.
state of affairs, though, is it?
I mean, like, to be fair, like, everything about Will's identity as a being slights me, so.
Alrighty.
I played
anybody played
Hearthstone.
anything that isn't Pokemon Guess Who?
I know,
You
I'm
do
a man
surprise
of
me, Tulkas.
great mystery.
You
No one can comprehend my mysterious
I know.
ways. Yeah,
You'll never know what
I
you're going to
know.
play next.
Every week, man. Oh, you
So
want me to talk?
how was your Hearthstone experience?
Oh,
for the
the
week?
meta.
Tell us about the
Well,
meta. No, don't. The meta is like the
Oh.
bit I care about
I'm
by
actually
far the
planning to talk
least.
about the meta. I'm going to talk about the meta. Screw you. So
I'm sure someone out there cares about the meta. Go
Well,
on.
when it sort of, like TGT had came up by the last Bud Mash podcast, but we hadn't really just like if you remember, like I was prevented from opening packs by the Bud Mash podcast, which was a great sacrifice, and it took every moral fiber in my being to not like just go and just like play Hearthstone and have this in the background. But anyway. Yeah, for the first few days, it was all, let's see, from my packs, I opened, Harrison Jones from, like, 3 normal packs, and then from 27 TGT packs, I opened Justicar Trueheart, which is below average, but which was sad, but oh well. And then, like, I crafted, Varian Rin, and I should explain these cards do, shouldn't I? Justicar Trueheart replaces your hero power with a better one, so like instead of like gaining 2 armor, for every hero power you gain 4. Every 1 dude you get 2 dudes, or you do 2 damage with mage, you get you do 1 damage with mage and then you get 2 damage with mage. Like yeah, and then like that was a good thing. And then Varian Win I crafted. It's a 7/7 for 10. So this is the 4th 10 mana card after Deathwing, Sea Giant, Ice Howl, and now Varian Win. And it's 7/7 with the text, draw 3 cards if they are minions, put them into play. So it's a bit like you combined like Sprint, which is 7 mana, with like War Golem, which is 7 mana, and then like you added like the massive tempo swing of putting things into play. It's like a very, 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 very powerful card. So on the back of that, I built basically a fatigue warrior. Like I didn't run I took out Grom and Alex, replaced them with Justicar and Varian Rin. The idea that like it's sort of like the problem that I always had with Ramp Druid. Like sure it was good at surviving, but then it had no win condition, it had no way of actually, finishing the game off, killing the opponent. And then the problem I always had with regular control warriors, sure if you can make it to the late game, then you can play a bunch of big threats. But the problem is like, making it to the late game, and that can be like difficult against all the Roshan decks. So it sort of like tries to combine those two things into sort of like a fatigue hunter sort of thing, or like against hunter decks, the win condition is getting a bunch of armor off of Justicar, and like it was like running Ascension Shield Masters and Sludge Belchers, just like a Ramp Druid sort of thing. But then like it has all this like this big Varian Rin for a Temple Swing at the end, so like a lot like normal Control Warrior. And then that happened, and then but then the metal, like for the first like couple of days, it was all Control Warrior every time, every day, everywhere. Then the meta cycled to be Paladin. And we had 2 Paladin variants. There was the old mid-range Paladin with a Murloc Knight and stuff like that. A lot of tokens. And then, the Justicar Trueheart summons 2 dudes. And Paladin has historically been favored against Control Warrior because, like, the Control Warrior armors up and then the Paladin makes a dude. And then eventually you get a lot of dudes that shred all the Warrior's arm and then you win from that way. And, like, usually warriors counter that by killing the paladin, but my warrior's win condition is sort of like just trying to get stupid amounts of armor, which can't work against the paladin. So then I switched to Freeze Mage, which was actually really good for a day. But then a new secret paladin was developed, which used Mysterious Challenger to put 5 secrets into play at once. that was it doesn't seem really powerful, but it's what everyone's playing at the moment. Like it's power.
I'm gonna say I watched TB playing it because he did his he's done his gimmick thing where he was just like, this is like it, whereas he talked about it, it's like the meta kind of uses those elements. He just went all out. It's like every single secret that a paladin can have I put into this deck, and every card has something to do with secrets.
Yeah.
So he just called it the Riddler Din, and he was winning quite a lot of games really effectively.
I mean, I assume that he
know.
put Eye for an Eye, for example, into that deck, and Eye for an Eye is not. Yeah. Well, Eye for an Eye is not in the standard
all of the
list,
secrets
Eye for an Eye is unbelievably terrible.
Exactly. It's only half-hearted.
Yeah, but
doing
like
the gimmick.
for example,
go all out, man.
the Tempo Storm meta snapshot this week ranked the Secret Paladin as #1, and Patron Warrior has been #1 for the past like 14 weeks in a row. But it just feels like it's sort of like a lot like Mech Mage. Like there were a few weeks where Mech Mage was like after GVG came out, where Mech Mage was the best. You know, it was like the top deck. Like everyone was playing Mech Mage. The ladder was all Mech Mage, but it didn't feel like Mech Mage was like really powerful and really overpowered in the same way that Patron Warrior, for example, was, and to an extent still is, even though hardly anyone is playing it. Really overpowered. It's because like Mech Mage is just sort of like it's very brittle deck where it can be very strong, but also it can just like really fall short. So it's a thing that where like it's the best deck, but only by like 2%. Whereas Grim Patron Warrior, when it's the best deck, is the best get by like 10%. If that makes sense. So I feel like like for example, Patron Warrior was the best deck for 14 weeks in a row. I think Secret Paladin will be the best deck for 1 or 2 weeks maybe. Then people will figure out how to counter it, and then it'll stop being the best deck. But yeah, that was the big deck this week. And the problem with that is that like the Freeze Mage is favored against Secret Paladin, so that like really boosted my win rate for a while up to rank 4. But then turned out the Secret Paladin, all the hunters and stuff started running Flare, and obviously like Flare just like, and the Kazon Mystic, although I don't think the Kazon Mystic is actually good against Secret Paladin, but they were running it anyway, and obviously those two cards hard counter Freeze Mage, so then I went back to playing Control Warrior, and that's where I am now. And yeah, that is the life of the Tulkas. And also I played the Mech Hunter in there, and that did meh. Yeah, and let's see, the Tavern Brawl happened. It was the completely random cards one. I played it with Meroka on stream. Also, I had to stream with Meroka. That was fun. And yeah, is there anything else that I missed about TGT, Meroka? Oh yeah, Murloc Knight.
Murloc Knight.
Yeah. A 3/4 for 4 with the text whenever you use your hero power or inspire, summon a random Murloc, and that is a very powerful. Well, it's a decent. It's a good card.
It can be powerful, but because Murlocs are there's a wide range of how good a Murloc might be when you get it. You could get another Murloc Knight, or you could get
I think
one mana.
Well, the worst one is probably a tie between Grim Oracle and Murloc Ray. But or the Tide Caller rather, actually.
I don't know the specific names of all the Murlocs. They all. Is this racist? They all look the same to me.
Yeah, well,
is it racist to say that about Murlocs?
Or a Phylomist? Is it? You're a Phylomist. Spider Pride, man. Spider Pride.
I don't know.
Spider Pride. You get the reference. I take it. No, you don't get the Scourge
nope.
Chat log #1. Kelsazad and stuff. I'll send that to you later because it is very, 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 very funny. But yeah, Murloc Knight. But it's like, for example, I say the average is something around like a 3. So the healer Murloc, I have to say that the average is like a 2/3 or something, like 2/2. Let's give it a 2/2. So then, like, if you get the hero power is a 1/1, then sort of like you get a 6-man. 6 7, which is okay. Let's just pretend that I didn't say anything there and move on. Yeah, but it's better than a Boulder Fist Ogre because it's like in chunks that are dealt with, and because it's always generally the case that like it's better to have, like, for example, it's better to have 4 1-1s, and it is 1-4-4 because the 1-1s are annoying and difficult to deal with, and they can trade better than the 4-4. And Murloc likes better than Bulls with Toga because of that. Anyway, let's see. I had a stream with Meroka that happened. We played Minecraft, and he cleaned up he cleaned up some of the webs in his mind, but he did not type the autocorrect. So I want to re-exact a vengeance on him someday. And he did not replant the pumpkin seed, so I guess he's leaving that unplanted as a testament to his hatred of me or something. It's a monument to me.
It's not that I forgot.
I'm glad that you monument me or something. And yeah, Minecraft.
And then we got bored of that pretty quickly and went and did some Hearthstone.
Game got crashing.
Well,
someone commented on your video that you posted saying, "I like when you guys do Minecraft," and I was like, "Ah, so sweet, very sweet." And then
Indeed.
I don't know, mostly all the week I just played Hearthstone and didn't do any recording because Hearthstone. Then on Saturday I had a 1.5 hour long marathon recording session, which is a new record for me, where I re-recorded the Crusade for half an hour. I went around and looked at ooh, this is the prank that broke it up, but here's some random string in the corner. I did this, yeah. It's a terrible video. Well, I mean,
really?
I mean, I was.
Of
Of
course, I didn't get rid of it all.
And then it all got me. I can't redo the prank, so I just was stuck doing that. Oh well. And then I spent 6 hours.
Yeah.
No, I mean 3 hours for 6 episodes of Civilization 5. That was fun. Yeah, currently I'm at this point where every civilization is at war with me. So yeah, you
cut out a bit there, so I didn't catch what that was. Every civilization was at war.
Everyone. I was just
Okay.
I had war with the Zulu. They had to put down a citadel to steal his iron, and then we went to war with them. Then the Impi came. They're and then Poland sneak attacked. It was wonderful. But yeah, there's 6 episodes of that. I'm going to try to The problem I've had with big series like that in the past is that I record 6 episodes again, and I release the 6 episodes, and I don't get around to recording it again for 3 months. And everyone has forgotten the series. So I'll wait until I've actually finished the series before putting that out. But yeah, that happened. And then yesterday on Sunday we had a you guys are in town to Salem as always, and for Salem we were joined by the one, the only Vietnamitamuntaya. So yeah, we were joined by Vietnamitamuntaya, and that was fun. Vietnamitamuntaya, yeah. And
having
then
a seizure?
Yeah,
What's happening?
Don't believe me. It's a fit. They're an insane people. Yeah. Have you read the account of the Winter War against Russia? They're insane. They have rifles and snow skis and stuff. They're all cray. They're all cray. Basically East Sweden. Yeah, I went there. Oh, not really. And then Hatboy and I played some of a Vex super hostile map called Sunburnt Islands.
Ooh, fun
or something.
times. Which one? Oh, I did that one. That's the only one I've actually ever played to completion.
Go.
I can tell you all about that one.
Yeah, we
probably it was 3 years ago.
We're having fun with that at the moment. I have a carrot farm that we are given 11 pieces of dirt in the beginning of the game, and I have collected these 11 pieces of dirt and set up a.
He's not generous with that one on that
carrot
map.
farm using these 11 pieces of dirt. They're very valuable items.
Is fishing not your best option on that map?
But
Because
fishing
you're in
takes
an
time.
ocean.
It's fun, to grow. Yeah.
Oh, right, because the carrots are so
you get
fast to grow.
a bone meal, skeletons. And I mean, you're given some food.
I guess. Yeah, they're most. To be fair, I think you usually get enough that you don't really need to start making too many farms on them. I think the idea of those maps is that it is kind of an adventure in and of itself. You're not supposed to build farms and set up grinding resources for stuff. Most of what you should
have the storage room all ready for us. And that thing was fun. I was like in the space of like a minute, I would go between 90 frames per second and 4 frames per second, without like even moving areas. I'd just be like staying in an area 94.
Yeah.
94. So I guess I'm downloading the Optifine for 1.5.2. Well, I mean, I spent 20 minutes trying to figure out how to do that, and then I failed, so I'll get Hatboy to help me with that. And
I think he edited that map since I played it as well to give you quite a lot more resources, because I know Vex played through it with Aurelian, and when he did, it was like, oh, by the way, I've added this room which has got all this stuff in it. And I was like, oh, damn it, when I played, you didn't give me that.
So, yeah, that. And yeah, that is the life of the Tulkas, I believe. Yeah. That was a long spiel I had. Cool.
I also did the Hearthstones.
Yay!
That topic. I wish you would stick with one topic for longer if anybody else has anything to add. You just go through everything.
I love Hearthstone. Tell us about Hearthstone. Give us... maybe I've told... No, you already moved the topic on. Let's talk about something else. I've given them the objective. You need to give them the subjective. How did Hearthstone make you feel?
When I pulled a whole bunch of Savage Combatants out of the random Tavern Brawl stuffs. That's pretty good. I like the Savage Combatant. That is one of my new favourite cards. That guy's cool.
Pronounces it combatant. I would pronounce it combatant, but he pronounces it like competent, only with a combatant.
Combatant. I feel like
what do you
both are
think?
acceptable.
Give us a ruling.
Combatant with a B?
Will, we bow to your...
combatant
we bow to your etymological knowledge.
Which definition are you using?
No, combatant or combatant?
Someone who engages in combat.
Thank you.
It's not even pronunciation. It's just different stress.
Okay.
So we're pronouncing the same word. We're just putting stress on different syllables.
Well, that would be like saying if I said the ultimate. And Verita wouldn't get mad at me, but she would, because she's a totalitarian dictatorship.
Okay, cool. So yeah, 5/4 with Inspire that gives me +2 attack each turn. Yeah, like that. I like that. That one's fun. I played that against a few people and then hit them in the face repeatedly with 3 damage every turn, which was nice. It's also really good for keeping the board clear, because, 3 damage on your hero is pretty sweet. Yeah, it's good. I like that guy. And I seem to have drawn, because I've been playing Druid, I got the quest for win 5 games as a Druid, so I was like, alright, better play a whole bunch of Druid this week. So, yeah, trying to get those 5 wins on that. I pulled Aviana a bunch of times for some reason, which is a fun little card as well. Your minions cost 1. 5/5 for 9, which is absolutely awful statistically, but your minions now cost 1. So if you play that on turn 10, you can play like a 9 and then some other big card for 1 as well, which is just nutso. I like that. That's a fun one to do. Did I do that one to you as well?
What
I didn't I? I think. Yeah. Aviana and then drop something else big with their 1 extra mana. I've done that. I feel like I've done that to a couple people now, but hey ho, okay. I know. There was definitely one guy I was like, oh, Aviana, and here's something else for 7 mana, and they just conceded immediately. Yeah, and they're like, oh god damn it, no.
I wonder how the Astral Communion sort of decks have been going out.
Ooh, I got that as well. That was a weird one. I saw that and I was like, how do I play this? I was like, okay, basically what I need to do is dump my hand and then play it, but okay. I have no idea how you would build something around that, but it's a very interesting idea.
Probably the worst card in Arena, out of all the cards, that one is the worst for Arena. No, the theory is that, I can imagine. If you put a lot of card draw in your deck, and if you make your deck all card draw and big minions, then you have something like a 70 to 80% chance of drawing it by turn 4, and then if you cast it, then So all of your deck is minions, and the rest of the game you just play big minion after big minion while your opponent is sitting at 5 mana, just trying to play roll Druids of the Claw or whatever, and then you win like that. And then
Yeah.
it seems like something that like it's like a lot of people have been very dubious about it, but it seemed to me like it would work, like it would do well. But I haven't seen any of it on the ladder, so I'm wondering if no one's tried it or if it's actually just terrible. Because it seems like in theory, I think it would work.
Well, yeah, I think the important thing is, as always, we're coming at this from two different perspectives. You're coming at it from, can I get to Legend with this card? I'm coming at it from, I bet you could make a really good gimmick with that. If you built the deck around Astral Communion, just as a gimmick,
It would
I feel
indeed.
like that would be quite a fun deck to
Neither
play.
of you have spoken or Sooth.
It might not
That's
win, but
actually
who
an
cares?
idea.
It's going to be
I
fun
should
getting
probably
there.
play. I don't actually have any Astral Communions that I own, but if I get some, then I will maybe make a video on that, and that would be cool. And my one viewer will be delighted, as he always is.
Yeah, I mean, I am nowhere close to ever being able to make any kind of gimmick deck, really, just because I don't have enough cards. I just mostly anything fun that I get to do is done through random stuff in Tavern Brawl, which is why this week was great, because it's like, here, you're playing Druid, here, have some Avianas, here, have some Astral Communions, have Savage Combatants.
Oh,
I don't have
in
those
that case,
cards, I could never play these
perhaps
things
should
in
have,
games normally.
Recorded,
These are
I
fun
thought
now.
you did put, yeah. I forgot when we were recording the live that like it was actually going to go up on YouTube, and like people were like watching it. I'm like, oh, they're like actual viewers. It's always so exciting for me to like, because like I care more about like videos on your channel because like more people watch them than like my own videos. I feel like I like when someone comes on your video, I'm like, I feel more like I have fans than like Meroka has fans. Because
Team Suicide have
like
fans. That's what it is.
But I'm happy with my 55 viewers. Also, the dude living next to me subscribed to me, and that's cool. But yeah, it's at some point soon I will be lying on my bed and I will hear the sounds of my voice stream through the wall, and that'll be weird.
Oh, the life of
Tulka
Tulkas. Oh, the life of Tulka Hulker. I apologize.
Tulka. No, you can let me talk.
Yeah. So
I'm tired, man. I'm there.
That was my Hearthstone. I suppose I should talk about what I got out of my cards, because we went and opened all the cards after the podcast last week, didn't we? So I got a bunch of packs. Do you know what I got in all the packs? Do you know?
Do tell.
Do you know what I got? So many fucking Tuskar Totemics. Oh my god, how many Tuskar Totemics have I got? I don't know why I got so many Tuskar Totemics. I don't want a Tuskar Totemic. I got a lot of those cards.
Being played.
God damn it. I'm sure it is, but I've never played... I don't think I've ever really, in any degree of seriousness, played a Shaman deck. I don't really know how to play a Shaman deck. I'm not interested in Shaman cards. I don't want them.
I've never done Shaman, so.
Give me some rogue cards. I did get Burgle, actually, so I got that.
I remember in the grand finals of Rage's Hearthstone tournament, some guy played Youngling 90 played 3 different Shaman decks that were like all aggro, identical, but with different cards against me, and then got mad at me for playing mid-range Druid and Ramp Druid because he thought I was cheating. Yeah. Speaking of what, I was speaking with a dude. I mean, like, none of y'all know what I'm talking about. There was a tournament made by a guy that has 400,000 subscribers at Pastor Matt and I are supposed to, right? And he made a tournament. I was in it, and I made to the grand finals, only to lose. And like I was the guys that I beat in the first finals was talking to me, and he said that Rage is going to make it again. And I've been really trying to get to Legend so that then I can hopefully enter this tournament again and then win it. Yeah. Okay. I did not need to say that. Yeah. Relevance.
Okay. Cool. I'm looking through the cards, seeing if any of them ring any bells about what I drew that caught my eye. But no, I think I did get some other rogue stuff, but I can't remember what it was. I think Burgle was the most noteworthy thing that I could.
Did you get any legendaries?
Ooh, rogue things.
How many packs did you open?
No. no. I think I would remember if I got a legendary.
Yeah, I
Six
see.
at this point, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, the other big thing from TGT.
But from 6-packs, I shouldn't have got like 5. I'm sure I got like 5 bloody Tuskar totemics from 6-packs, and I shouldn't have got that. That's an unreasonable amount to get from 6-packs.
I'm still hijacking your segment. The other big deck that came out was a Dragon Priest deck, which actually like really, 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 really cool. The only problem is that because dragons weren't viable until now, I never bothered to buy the last 3 wings of Blackrock Mountain. So like I there's like priest is my favorite class. I have golden priest, and I haven't had a viable priest since classic and vanilla. And now I'm like, there's this really, really cool priest deck, and I can't play it. So now I'm saving up all my gold to try to get Blackrock Mountain, and it's sad. I am a poor college student. I don't pay money for things, and also
that's what student loan. No. That's what student loans are for. I spent my student loan on a lot of stupid shit. I spent my student loan on a World of Warcraft subscription. I'm sure you can buy a bloody wing of Blackrock Mountain.
That I am mature and responsible and cultured and sensible, and you are bathed in the decadent ways of the East. See, I am American, and so the thing about we Americans is that we are diligent and industrious, hardworking people, heartland of the world, and we're workers in factories, and this is all America, and you are all like wishy-washy.
Well, if you're working that hard, you should have some money to spend on a video game.
And David Hume and stuff like that. You know, we deal with practical and the physical world and stuff. And we are responsible culture and stuff. And yeah. And also I sort of like I've been entirely free to play Hearthstone and been able to like play it so far. And I'm like wanting to keep doing that just as like a point of pride for the YouTubes, because I can be like, hey, I'm free to play player, woo, woo, woo.
Right. I don't think. Does anybody care about that? Do people go, I'm going to watch this guy because he's free to play? Or do people go, I'm going to watch this guy because he's got a lot of cards and could do a lot of cool shit?
The thing about me is that like, I can't get to Legend. I can't get even like 6 wins in Arena these days. Although I used to average 7 wins, but that went down massively. Now I average like 3 wins, and it's very sad. Like, so like they aren't watching. So like I have to have something to brag about. That's my one thing to brag about. Yeah.
Okay then, fair enough. Well, and I have a job. I might start buying things in Hearthstone now.
Someday I'm gonna have to have a job, and I don't want to have a job, Meroka. I don't want to enter the workforce.
Well, I can absolutely sympathise with that because it does suck. There are very unless you end up in a job that you really love. Most jobs are not really. I don't know. I'm a massive Eastern hippie though, so I'm all about no man, no, we should have to work. We should all just chill out, man. And the government should pay for everything. And go watch my Spiral Spiel series if you want to know my opinions on all things involving money and society and whatnot, because I talk about that shit a lot.
America.
I've spent the last 40 episodes talking about science, technology, and quite a lot of politics lately, including stuff like basic income,
I think I don't think the basic income is a good idea quite yet. I think that in 20 years or so it will be viable.
I think oh god, this is going off topic now, but I think with the automation of a lot of basic jobs and just you're kind of, it's putting a lot of people out of work. It's a route we kind of need to be looking at.
Yeah, and I mean society.
Yeah, no, it's probably not viable now, but
there's going to be a point where basic income is a good thing, and we won't have basic income at that point. And it will take like a decade for us to get basic income from that point. But yeah, I think in 20 years we will have basic income, is my thought.
Okay, cool. What else did I play? I played some other stuff. I played Fishing Planet. Yeah, everybody's favourite game. Come on, get hype. Come on, Will. You love fishing.
Woo!
I didn't play as many hours of it this week.
Oh, God.
I only played 6 hours of it.
Oh, I just had a thought. So we have the Tuskar Jouster You know the car, the Tuskar Jouster? Oh, it's a Paladin
I don't know
card,
the Tuskar
5/5
Jouster,
for
no.
5, with the text, joust, and if you win the joust, restores 7 health to your, yeah. And
I see it,
his
yes.
battle, what he says when he enters is this the fishing tournament? You should play Tuskar Jouster so you can have a fishing tournament. And then you can play Nat Pagel, so you can fish, and then you can play Neptulon, so you can be like,
Oh my god,
witness
that's
the power of yeah, what and then you can play all the Murlocs and oh,
A fishing gimmick deck. I kind of like that. Fishing gimmick.
oh, okay.
Cool,
Sadly,
yeah.
I think I disenchanted
Don't do
Nat
that.
Pagel. I had Nat Pagel for a while. I had him for the last 2 months before he was nerfed. Happy days, happy days.
Alright. Well, I figured out how to catch walleye in Fishing Planet. Because that's, apparently, the weather in that game seems to be completely random each time you launch it, and it can be like the same day in game. You log out one day and you log back in. It's still the same day in the game. None of the time has elapsed because the game time elapses when you're playing it. But when you logged out, it was sunny, and then when you log in, it's utterly pouring down with rain. And it turns out walleye just seem to catch really easily when it's raining, and I haven't caught any since it stopped raining. So I'm like, oh man. They're really big fish and they're worth a lot of money. So I was like, oh man, this is great. I'm catching loads of money now. Woo! Fish. These are easy to catch and they're worth so much money. And now I can't catch them anymore until it rains again. So boo! That's my Fishing Planet story for the week. And I'm level 9 and I bought... Ooh, at level 9 you can buy lots of fancy lures. And I'm going through the store and I'm looking at all the lures. And this one's shiny and rainbowy. And this looks like a beetle. And I'm like, oh man, I really want to buy all these lures. And
Can't tell,
I don't
but
know.
my
Those are
palm
just
is
pretty, man.
embedded in my face.
You should give it a go, man. It's fun. Look, Fishing Planet for me scratches the same itch that, say, Euro Truck Simulator
I'll
does
never
for
understand.
Pasta Boy. It's
Pest boys.
It's that kind of game. It's I don't really want to think about what it's just one of those games where it's I don't really want to think about what I'm playing, but I want to play something.
Yeah, I guess.
I want to be playing something, but I don't want to have to think about it. I want to listen to a podcast or just queue up a whole bunch of YouTube videos that I need to catch up on, and just
I get where
fish.
you're coming from. I think that was a dirty
Why
one for
not?
me for a while there.
Alright, so I feel like that requires a little bit more mental investment.
There's only
because you're actually,
5 levels, though.
as a
and
team trying to
once
achieve
you
objectives.
know all the levels, you know all the little secrets in it.
So that's the similarities with me would
Alright, I
be
suppose.
when I mine quartz.
Indeed.
Yep,
I love
guess.
quartz.
We
Okay,
that
but I
has been
really,
established,
really,
yes.
really like quartz. Okay, good.
That,
Glad we covered that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
finished up Submerged at last. Played through the last bit of it. Yeah, that kind of finished.
So just
I
ended.
don't know. It just
an
kind
end.
of came to a conclusion. Yeah, it's there was a little bit of a twist at the end, but at the end it wasn't enough of a twist that you were like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. Oh my god, this changes everything. It was just kind of a oh okay kind of twist, and then the game ends, and you're like, all right, fair enough. As I say, it's your mission is to go into the town and rescue your brother, and you rescue your brother and you sail off over the horizon. And it was like, I don't know what I expected. Okay. Sure. That's that. And then the story that it shows, what it shows you in the sort of the weird cave paintings, pictographic stuff is the last few panels of the story as you unlock them. It sort of shows, it's almost like a weird camera pan out, but done in this weird cave painting kind of style. It's weird. So the last 4 pictures are it shows the city, then it zooms out on the city, then it zooms out a bit more, and finally you got a view of the entire planet, and it just shows a planet entirely covered in water with one city on it. And it's is this a map of the entire planet? Okay, this raises so many questions. Firstly, where did these kids come from? And secondly, where the hell do they think they're going now? Because they're sailing out of the city now. Where are you going? The city's the only landmass on this planet. We just need Kevin Costner here, goddammit. So that was strange, but yeah, that ended. That finished. Cool. I played Party Hard, obviously, because that game is amazing. Yeah, it keeps throwing stupid shit at me that I never saw coming as well. Minor spoilers for a video that's coming out later this week. But I was doing the Miami Party level, which is FYI in my years of experience at this stage. One of the hardest levels in the game, probably the hardest level in the game, because it just does not give you enough to work with, and it's a really open plan level. There's lots of lines of sight. If you stab someone, somebody will probably see you stab them. So you need to be really super careful about how you kill people on that level. And then after a bunch of I was starting to get a bit frustrated about this time. I've done a bunch of attempts at recording this level because I've been kind of trying to do just one shot, finish the level, that's an episode for my YouTube series. And this level took me like 6 or 7 attempts maybe. And then, I don't know, the party gods smiled upon me. Andrew WK himself came and said, "No, you shall not be frustrated by your partying. I shall give you the tools to party hard." And this tornado comes along the top of the screen. There's a friggin' tornado appears. We're partying on the beach here. It's Miami. We're having a beach party about sunrise or sunset, not sure which. The sun's on the horizon either way. This tornado comes along out at sea. There's a tornado out at sea. It tears along the top of the screen. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? It's a tornado. What the heck? Is this just a cosmetic thing? Are there just random tornadoes appear? And suddenly then sharks start falling out of the sky. It was a goddamn sharknado. And the sharks, if anybody who's at the party walks anywhere near one of the sharks on the beach, the shark just eats them. So I must have killed like 15, 20 people just with sharks.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't kill them. There's weird environmental damage. The game was just like, okay, now you get a Sharknado, and the Sharknado will kill everybody for you. I'm like, well, this makes my life easier. So I did finish that level with the Sharknado, so thank you, Sharknado. That's probably one of the best things that's ever happened in a video game. It was one of the earlier levels I played. There was something that genuinely did have like no impact on anything. It was kind of a cosmetic thing. There was some weird knight who was riding on the back of, I guess, a sheep or something. Like rode along the road at the bottom and then got to the other side of the screen and turned around and ran back off the screen. And I was like, what was that? That did nothing.
Really familiar.
It was just a knight riding a sheep. I know. That's what I was thinking when I saw it. I was like,
yeah.
There's some significance to that.
There's some reference.
But I don't know what it is. I feel, well, yeah, just given the fact that the Sharknado would kind of imply it should be. My thoughts were that it seemed like it might be a promo for something else that Tiny Build are making, but I don't know if that's true. I know they did. Yeah, this can't be it. But I know they did a sheepy game recently. They did Divide by Sheep, which was a puzzle game to teach kids maths by slicing sheep in half. Which was mildly diverting. It wasn't a bad game, to be fair. It was a little bit dark in places, as you might readily imagine, but yeah. I don't think that didn't have any knights in it, so I don't think it was that. I have no idea. I kind of got it into my head that Tiny Build are working on something to do with Joust, like the old Joust, the original, way back in the very old game era. I don't know what console it would have been. Probably some sort of Atari or something. I'm currently going through their website trying to find them, and there's nothing on here that rings any bells. So I don't know. I thought I'd heard something about them. They were like, "Oh, hey, we've done Joust, but for the modern era." But maybe not. Nope, not on their website, so God only knows. Yeah, and Trine 3, that was a fun one. That was I kind of enjoyed it, but I had the same issues everybody else did. I did review it, which was weird, because I was kind of coming into it, reviewing it, They sent me the review copy several days after launch, and I figured it was a big enough game that I hadn't asked for a review copy, and I wasn't expecting a review copy. So I had kind of gone ahead and sort of watched other people's reviews of it, because, yeah, I wasn't expecting to have to provide critique on it, and then they popped up with, here's a review copy, and I was like, now I'm kind of biased. I don't think that was necessarily the best review I ever did. I tried to kind of come at it with my own thoughts, and I feel like I kind of did. But, yeah, my issues then... I went onto the forums, and it's like, oh yeah, this game has not been well received, and I feel like my criticisms of it were fairly spot on as far as everybody else's complaints for it. Which is to say that it's only about 5 hours long. The devs reckon it's 6 to 7. I think a lot of people who are familiar with the Trine series, kind of, who played Trine 1 and 2, were like, who are, to be fair, going to be a large part of the audience for this game, were like, yeah, we beat this pretty quick, there's not much game here, where's the rest of the game? And then there's like, the devs have put out a video apologizing for the game, so yeah, they're not in a great place. When you go onto their Steam page, it's like, oh, mixed reviews, which is never a good sign. So yeah, the devs are basically. I think they made the move to 3D. I mean, the first two games were 2D puzzle games, and now they've done. It's like, oh, it's basically the same thing. There's 3 characters that you can swap out, and they've all got different abilities to solve different puzzles in different ways, and you can sort of be creative. But this time, instead of keeping it simple and doing it in 2D, now it's a 3D game, and I think that simple change just upped the budget ridiculously.
Oh, well done, yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it looks great. I mean, aesthetically, it's spot on. It looks great, they've got a great soundtrack, it's got good voice acting, that's good. But they just evidently ran out of money halfway through making a game here. It just feels like they did. It ends on a cliffhanger, for crying out loud. I mean, all the way through the game, we're like, oh, well, it's about halfway through the game because it's so short. You kind of you end up on this epic quest to collect these ancient artifacts, a la every video game ever. But hey, and then at the end of the game, you get one of the artifacts, and like, great, we have 2 out of 3 pieces of the thing. Let us go and get the third thing. There's only one more adventure that awaits us before we can before we can end this thing. I'm feeling very confident about this, and then the game ends. I was like, what? No, what? You didn't finish the story. And then she ends with with the evil bad guy, the big bad, summoning his power, ready to try and take over the world. And it's like, whoa, hang on, we were supposed to kill him. That's how this game was supposed to end. The game was supposed to end when we killed him, and it didn't. What happened here?
They totally Empire Strikes You back.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so when you go on the forums, like I say, there's all these dev posts are like, oh, we're sorry about the game. This game cost us far more than any of the others to make. This game cost us $5.5 million to make. And yeah, and they're selling it for £15. No, not even $15. £15. And I don't think there's £15 worth of gameplay in there. Not by a lot of... To be fair, I mean, you know, again, go back 5-10 years, it probably would have been pretty reasonable, but by modern standards and competitors and whatnot, yeah, 5 hours of gameplay, really. There's not enough there. There just isn't. And they've stripped back a lot of the mechanics that worked in 2D would have been really difficult to make work in 3D, so a lot of the stuff, rather than giving them different powers and stuff, they've just straight up taken them out, so the amount of stuff the characters can do in the game is just less than in the previous games. So there's less...
Going out again, though.
Yeah. Am I? Sorry. Yeah, so there's less to do in the game, and there's less of the game, and just generally people are kind of annoyed about that. One of the actual comments the devs have made is they are concerned. They wanted to continue the story in another game, but that they never made that clear before they went in. It was like, oh, we'd like this to be a story that takes place over 2 games, kind of thing. But basically, yeah, they with the budget issues, yeah, they wanted to split the game into 2 parts, and yeah, they didn't make it particularly clear they were going to do the game in 2 parts. They were like, oh, it's a PR marketing failure. The PR team should have been more clear. When people were buying it, we should be like, hey, yeah, you're buying the first half of a story here, not, and then not letting people play it and then get disappointed when they get to the end really quickly and stuff, and they're like, yeah, we wanted more than that. So, yeah, PR marketing failure on that regard, and it doesn't bode well. It's just generally been a lot of bad publicity, and I don't think they got as much press coverage as they wanted either. I kind of looked at the Steam Spy numbers on it, and it's like, well, hang on, they spent 5 million plus on it, and I probably used the wrong. I'm thinking about it. I think I did the numbers with the wrong currencies, but according to Steam Spy, about 50,000 people have bought the game, roughly speaking, give or take a bit. But they're usually reasonably fairly close to things on there. And yeah, selling it at $20 a pop. Steam takes their third of it. They probably get about $13, $14, something in that ballpark of that money. They need to sell a lot more copies than they have done to make back the $5.5 million that they invested in making that game. That's just to break even on it. So when they're going out and saying, yeah, we're worried about the future of this franchise, we're not actually sure we're going to be able to finish this story, you can look at the numbers there and go, yeah, I can see why that would be a problem, which is a shame because they're a really good dev team. I mean, I like that franchise. I confess I never actually did play through or trying to be fair. I've still got it in my Steam library, but that was one of those things that ended on the pile of shame. the I'll play this one day list, but yeah, then they sent me 3 and I was like, okay, I probably should play this now. Yeah, I should probably actually play some Trine. Trine 1 was good. I gather even more people own Trine 2 than own Trine 1, so yeah, I guess Trine 2 did really well. And Trine 3... yeah, it's a shame. I get where they're coming from. I mean, they've been doing this for years now, and I can see why they'd want to, mix it up a bit, do something new. It's like, oh, we could do the same thing for a third time in a row, but I guess as a sort of a creative person, they kind of wanted to not do the same thing for a third time in a row. They kind of wanted to do something unique and interesting and innovative, and that's fallen a little bit flat, which is kind of a risk with the games industry, I guess. I guess going forward, maybe... I mean, I don't necessarily think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, if this game fails, they're going to close, because there's always other options with game dev. We might see more people on Kickstarter through this now. The next one, they might be like, well, let's go to Kickstarter, or they might find a publisher. I mean, I hope they don't close, but... kind of a shame. It's not what it could have been. And I don't know if we'll see a Trine 4.
Aww.
That was my thoughts, yes, but such is the way of the world and business.
But there's always Herky Cheese 4. Ooh.
There is no doubt in my mind that there will be a Herky Cheese 4.
So, why have Shrine 4 when you can invest all that capital in Herky Cheese 4, Make it bigger and better.
I don't
they'll make it 3D and then it'll just bomb, though.
3D Herky Cheese.
Oh.
Wow. That's an idea.
Make it happen. Get on Kickstarter. Herky Cheese 3D. It's gotta happen. I want to see that. I kind of don't, but... maybe those guys who were ripping off Herky Cheese can make it. Still can't remember what they were called.
Yep.
That's pretty much what I played this week. I got stuck on a Final Fantasy 13 boss, so I've made no progress on that. Bashing my head against that for like an hour and a half last night, and I was like, God damn it, why won't this guy die? I got him down to like 10% health, but then he's just got like a crazy chain of attacks, and he can just go, you know what, this character, fuck that character, and he'll just kill it. And it's like, the problem with Final Fantasy 13, if your main character that you are personally controlling dies, the whole party just gives up. And if he arbitrarily and randomly decides that, actually, fuck your main character, then it's just like, well, now you gotta do the whole fight again. It's like, oh, stop doing that. Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy at all. And Record Keeper, nothing to report because they're rehashing an old event this week. So, woo, Rinoa is back, but Rinoa was already in the game, so who the hell cares? I think that's the first time they've properly done that, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. The first time they've kind of gone, yeah, old content, going down the Spiral Knights path. So, Yeah, hope they don't do that too much. I would like to see more new characters. There are clearly still many Final Fantasy characters yet to be turned into pixel art sprites and forced to play other games. Yeah, that's me for the week. Yay!
Yeah.
Should we go to a break? We've been at this nearly an hour, I think, if not over.
Well, as I said, I still have filler content if it should be required. Do you think we've blathered long enough this week?
I think we've blathered long enough this week.
Okay, well, we'll save the filler content for some other day.
Alrighty. So we'll be right
a
back.
happier day than this.
A happier day than this. We shall be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Button Mash Podcast is back.
Welcome back to the Button Mash Podcast. We have some gaming news, sort of. Still very little happening. But
Yeah.
YouTube things are happening, which is relevant to our interests. Which
Yeah.
is YouTube have launched their gaming application thingy stuffs that they've been talking about doing for a while. It happened last Wednesday, and it kind of came out of the blue for me. I didn't realize until someone was like, "Hey, this is today, right?" I was like, no, I didn't." And then it was on like the BBC News, and I was like, "Whoa, this is probably bigger than I anticipated it being." But I don't know. Have you guys tried it? Have you tried the gaming YouTubes?
Of course I
I
haven't.
looked at
course
it
you
and then
haven't.
I was like, this is not a UI I'm familiar with. Then I went back to the original.
I had a very similar feeling, yes. I was like, well, that's a thing. Okay, let me just go back to my sub feed. It's kind of neat to sort of view everybody who's streaming at once. I guess if streaming kind of takes off, it's like, oh, you can just kind of flick through and browse all the streamers, because obviously on launch day, everybody was like, yes, we must test this feature. So you could go onto that, and the top of the page was everybody that you're subscribed to who was live streaming at that particular moment, who was suddenly like, they're streaming, and they're streaming, and they're streaming. And you could just kind of flick through it and just go, I want to watch them for a bit. No, I want to watch them for a bit. No, let's watch a bit of them. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. None of them was streaming anything of any interest to me, but hey, it was there. So then me and Tulkas decided to go and live stream other things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hadn't actually thing. I thought we were just live streaming for the sake of live streaming, but just what I know.
lost most of that. You broke up there, but yay, my internet.
I thought that you were just live streaming for the live streaming. I didn't realize that it had anything to do with the YouTubes.
I was giving the YouTube streaming thingy a test well because it was supposed to be good and interesting and better, and it was better than anyone
I didn't realize that
being.
I didn't realize that they had updated the YouTube streaming thing with the new game thing. I thought that was just like the same YouTube streaming thing we'd always had that you were trying out.
I think the two will kind of go hand in hand. It's kind of been updated because, I mean, previously, the impression I'd got, something I'd heard somewhere, was that previously the old streaming system, it was kind of intended for stuff like when Felix Baumface, what's his name, jumped out of space. You know, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, that was like, oh, it's live on YouTube, but you don't need a live chat for that. Nobody particularly cared about the chat. People just wanted to see a guy jump from space. So that worked great for that. But then the gaming thing, Twitch has kind of established the fact that people want to like do a community and stuff. And community is important. People want to be able to talk to the people doing the videos and talk to each other whilst people are doing the videos. And YouTube was not kind of set up for that. It was set up for a different kind of stream. So it just, it didn't work well for the gaming aspect. So I think they changed over to cater better to the gaming market, because a lot of the streaming that goes on in the world these days is gaming content.
Oh, right, they added chat to the thing instead of just like random comments.
Well, it kind of had chat, but it was just kind of comments before, and it was awkward, and you couldn't talk to people on it, not properly. So now it actually has kind of a Twitch chat kind of chat, and it's got emotes
that's
and stuff.
a major innovation. Yeah.
It's where they need to be to compete in the market, definitely. I think certainly one of the things I quite like about it the most is the fact that it just automatically archives the VODs afterwards. It's like, as soon as you're done, YouTube is like, okay, now we're going to make this into a video. That video is now on your channel. People can watch it at their leisure. And it's like, through Twitch, you kind of ended up having to do like highlight clips, and you either had to save the video out separately yourself whilst you were streaming and then upload it to YouTube, or go through the highlighty clip thing and then export to YouTube and stuff. Whereas YouTube is just like, oh, you're done streaming? Great. Don't worry about anything else. Everything's done for you now. It's all finished. I guess if you...
my-
Go on.
And besides the YouTube chat thing is what spawned the infamous Tulkas is Bay moment. Remember that?
I do remember we had quite the debate on what the hellfire bay means.
Yeah, basically, Tulkas =, British Aerospace Engineering.
That was what we assumed it to be. Yes. Will,
Yes.
Will, you're down with the kids. You can tell us what bay means.
Bay is that a? I believe that's a term for best friend or something equivalent.
So that person was saying I was their best friend.
Well, yeah, I was under the impression it was like some hip, young, teenage expression for
Yeah.
like baby. Oh, you're my baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
I thought it was British Aerospace Engineering. just
But
right.
yeah, if you type BA into Google, yeah, British Aerospace Engineering is still the top result. Which is like, oh, that must be what that means.
Yeah, but someone was just like, right, and I don't even know why. What prompted this remark? Just like out of the blue, where no context, no previous utterances, the dude just slammed down in chat these 3 words: Tulkas is Bay. And then he suggested that Meroka could spend his next spiral spiel talking about Bay and British Aerospace Engineering
I probably
and the various,
won't, but...
military industrial complex of like Boeing and like various, military stuff from Meroka. #Meroka. Yeah.
I kind of already have a topic for this week, but the sentiment is appreciated.
Well, well, it wasn't my idea. It was blame him, and then give it 2 weeks.
All right, I will contemplate talking about Bay for half an hour.
Well, it's. I mean, it's important. Linguistically. This is how languages and dialects and traditions develop, and I think that's important for you to speaking from I have an English minor. And it's relevant to me as an English minor to discuss the bays and the hips and the stuff.
I have as much interest in etymology as the next pseudo-intellectual, but yeah, the shit kids are coming up with these days is stupid. That's all I got to say on it.
Only half a year ago, I was espousing #Team Power on this very podcast. You know that, right? I indoctrinated the viewers with my #Team Power propaganda. Now you're going to go and try to undo that subliminal brainwashing? I say no. You lie.
Anyway, yes, these are all relevant things to the YouTube gaming thing.
Yes.
And the other thing is that they finally got rid of Google Plus, which everybody always wanted. Everybody always wanted rid of Google Plus. It screwed everything up for all the content creators now, because now we don't get any notifications that anyone's commented on our videos.
Freedom, liberty, tyranny is dead.
I never objected to having
Claim
Google Plus. I didn't really see what the big deal was. It was like, hey, now you get a little notification in the top corner of YouTube when someone comments on your video. This is a good thing. Now you don't get that because they disconnected the services. Great. Congratulations, everyone. You broke it.
Yeah, that's. I've missed a couple of comments. Well, I mean, I say I missed a couple of comments. Like I get 1 comment a week at the very most, but I missed some because of that. And if I hadn't, if this happened to be yesterday, happened to be the first time in like a month that I actually checked my channel stats and stuff. If I hadn't decided to do that and seen the comments page, then I probably would have never thought anyone was commenting on my videos, and I would be sad.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the position where if I go onto my dashboard once a day, I will see comments that have been left in the last day. I don't get enough that it becomes it's not like unmanageable or anything, but it was very, very nice to have those notifications where it would just go, ding, there's a thing, would you like to read the thing? And I would click on it and I would go, yes, I would like to read the thing, and then I would read the thing, and then if there was a relevant response to be had to the thing, I would respond to the thing.
Also, I mean, obviously, for really large channels, that just gets to be way too much.
I can imagine once you get past a certain size, it's just kind of just becomes background
and that's
noise,
another the thing that's what I really like about Rage Gaming, the 400,000 guy with Hearthstone tournament I mentioned earlier, that even though he has 400,000 comments, he still reads every comment that is posted on his videos and every message that is sent to him with thousands upon thousands of views. And Kurt stopped doing that when he was at 100,000 or something. So props to him.
Right. Cool. Kurt must read the comments because he answers the questions on the flobs.
Or Well, like for example, I remember that in one of his on the Minecraft subreddit for one of his Patreon videos, there was like a whole bunch of controversy about Patreon, and people were like, "Kurt, how do you avoid all the negativity?" And he's just like, "YouTube comments, I don't read them." So I think that he probably reads the comments.
I was going to say, I think that's a generalization. Yeah.
I mean, I assume that he reads the comments on Flob, and he probably reads the comments on some of his other stuff, but he probably is not very, very, like, he'll, like, maybe take a look at the video, and then he'll just, like, go away. I mean, imagine that he has more Flob questions already than he could ever work with, like, ever answer.
I don't know, occasionally he says, I'm kind of running a bit low, I need people to send me stuff, which I can definitely sympathize with.
I wonder, like, if that's just because, like, he gets a bunch, and then, like, he only, like, he has weeks where he gets a lot of questions and weeks where he doesn't. So, like,
he's also kind of selective
about
what he answers, because I know he's ignored me a bunch of times.
He answered one of mine once. I was happy. That was like episode 140. I asked a stupid question. I asked a clever question. And I forget the clever question, but I remember the stupid one, so that's fun. But,
right.
Yeah, Kurt. Good old Kurt. Yeah.
So that's the news.
Yeah.
YouTube did a thing. Everything is different if you want it to be different. Otherwise, it's the same as it always was.
Well, I guess, and people were talking about how like it will help the little guy because people will be able to find us easier.
That's the theory. Yeah, the idea is that it'll be easier to search by game. That you'll be able to like say, I want to look for people who are playing this game, and then it'll go, boom, here's all the people who are playing this game. And
I should probably
it's supposed to be better. Well, as long as
you get on that at some point, then
I'll say the advice I got from my man at YouTube, because I now I'm famous enough to have a man at YouTube now, was that it's basically done through the tagging system. So just tag your videos really well for the game that you're playing, and you'll kind of show up in the rankings reasonably well for it, or hopefully.
I see.
So if you're not in the habit of tagging your things well, then you won't show up in gaming.
I occasionally bother to put some tags on some of my videos.
At least tag the friggin' name of the game, and you should be okay, I think is the theory.
But, like, what I don't understand is that, like, for example, if I have a video, and, like, the title has the word Hearthstone in it, then, like, it's redundant for me to put Hearthstone in the tags.
Not remotely, no, you should be putting it in the tags.
Okay, I have been enlightened.
Because that way it knows it sees the name twice and it knows that's super important.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a search engine optimization guru, but I have a.
I'm going to try to. I think I'm going to try to get a face cam for the thing we're doing on Saturday. Random note.
For the thing that we're doing.
Yeah, for the thing we're doing on Saturday, face cam me have maybe random note if I can figure it out. Yeah, go on.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, but go on.
There is a thing that is happening on the Saturday. You're familiar with the thing?
Oh, the thing!
Yeah,
oh,
the thing,
yeah, I keep forgetting about the thing.
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah. I realize why you're saying it that way now. It's like, oh, it's a thing that you can't talk about. And
hashtag
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, the thing. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, fun times. Well, if I can get someone to tell me how to do it, then I will.
You record with OBS, don't you? That'll be easy enough.
Okay, fun.
Cool. Let's move on to video game releases, shall we? Let us start.
By all means.
Okay, let's just do the Giant Bomb releases for the August the 30th. We have Disney Infinity 3.0 edition. I went into an actual brick and mortar store on Saturday, and they had these in there. I saw that they had an Aladdin figure, and I really wanted to buy an Aladdin figure, because Aladdin is awesome.
There's a party here in Agrabah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember that one.
Agrabah!
I know Agrabah. Obviously I know Agrabah. I built Agrabah, for God's sake.
Well, someday we'll finish Agrabah, and that day will be the good day.
Yeah, this is they seem to be burning through these games at a surprising rate. This is, I guess, the third version of Disney's Toys as Games thing. Buy all the toys, go. Buy lots of figurines, and they make things in games.
It's Star Wars focus.
There is Star Wars in this one, yes.
Star Wars is I mean, Disney owns Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that Star Wars is very different from a lot of other things, you know?
Well, technically Disney owns PewDiePie, but I don't think we're going to see a PewDiePie figurine.
Yeah. But
Although that's a terrifying prospect, and now I'm concerned that they might.
Woody and Buzz Lightyear and Star Wars, different divide.
But yes, this is the thing where you can play the things with the thing. I presume you can send Chewbacca to go play with Mickey and Iron Man or something.
I'm down.
Cool. Yay! Stasis. Stasis on August 31st is out for PC and Mac. This is a sci-fi horror point-and-click game developed by Chris Bischoff, and it was done through Kickstarter.
Did we look at this a while back?
I don't know, it's horror, it all looks the same to me. It's
It
just
looks familiar to me.
dark, grey and black with the occasional splotches of blood and gore. They're all the same.
It's all lovely isometric, though.
Ooh, the isometric. Wow.
I like the isometrics.
Really? Okay.
Mm.
Well, that's an isometric point-and-click horror thingy. You can have fun with it.
Yay!
For the Wii U, we have Versus Excite Bike, which is from 1988. It's on there as one of their Virtual Console old stuff rehashed so that you can buy it again range. We have Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, which is the fifth and presumably at this stage now final entry in Metal Gear Solid, which, yeah, they got rid of Hideo Kojima, so I don't think if they do any more, it's not going to be. I don't think people will accept it as being a real thing anymore. Because they got
Who is
rid of the
Hideo
man.
Kojima?
Hideo Kojima's the man who made Metal Gear Solid. He did all the Metal Gear Solids, and then they got rid of him. So, yeah.
Oh, I see.
So that's Metal Gear Solid. You should probably know what Metal Gear Solid is by now.
I do not.
Go and use Google and catch up on your video gaming history, because that's been around since the PlayStation 1.
Lies. Was that before I was born?
I don't know, but
I was born in 1995.
I don't think it would be that far back.
Okay. Well, then it is relevant to me. But was it before Neil was born? There's the question. Is it
I'm Googling the Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid, the first one was 1998.
I see. So it came out in one Anonili.
Yes. Good lord, that's terrifying.
Wow, one Anonili. That was a while ago.
To be fair, were there some before that? Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the first one was in 1987, so that's as old as me, the franchise itself, but the first Metal Gear Solid game was 1998.
Ooh, we could have webcams for the Hercules live stream.
I would need to sort out the... Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yay! Well,
Mad
you
Max.
could not have one, and we could have it. Yeah.
I have one, it's here, it's awful and I don't use it because it keeps falling off my desk.
Well, I could have a webcam, and you two couldn't have webcams. I'd be just like in the corner, just like chilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mad Max is a game that I didn't know about until yesterday when someone was like, hey, have you seen this Mad Max game? It looks really good. And I was like, no, I have not heard of the Mad Max game, but apparently it's pretty much Just Cause by the same guys who make Just Cause, but it's Mad Max. And it's like about a fraction of the price that Just Cause will be when it comes out. Which is later this year, I think.
Neil has made some videos on Just Cause 2, and they have been really, 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 really good videos.
Cool. Well, Just Cause 2 was excellent.
Oh,
and
okay.
I am looking forward to Just Cause 3. Yes, but yeah, this is I guess this could tide you over if you need some more in the meantime. I guess I could go for that.
Looks pretty good, actually, from the
Happy
screenshots.
Neil.
It's like I say, it is Just Cause in the Mad Max universe by the same guys who made Just Cause, so I can't see why it would be a particularly bad thing. I feel like it could be pretty decent, actually.
Yeah.
It's strange that a game that I feel like should be fairly big, I hadn't heard of until like 2 days before launch when someone was like, "Hey, have you seen this game?"
Yeah.
This has really slipped under the radar, but
I didn't know about it.
They're also doing it for Linux as well, of all things. Because it's going to be, I think that's trying to tie it in with the fact that it's going to be on Steam OS. With the consoles coming out, I think later this year, if I'm right. Yeah, I guess they want to be like a launch title for Steam OS or something. Possibly. Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. I don't know how many episodes there have been so far that they've gotten to the point where they're just calling it another episode. But
Oh, my.
this is something Japanese for the Vita, which surprises nobody. It's a third-person action spin-off from Danganronpa, thrusting the player in battle against an army of man-eating monokumas. I don't know what most of these words mean.
It's probably a Western thing.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The West. Japan. The West, yeah.
Well, I guess if you keep going far enough west, yes, you end up in the east. I guess that makes some sort of sense.
No. Indiana.
It's west from Tulkas.
Allow me to explain. Okay. Tulkas is the center of Indianapolis. Indianapolis is the center of Indiana. Indiana is the center of America, and America is the center of the world. Now, the east is east from center. The Tulkas Meridian, famously, as Neil termed it. And Japan is west from Tulkas Meridian. Okay?
Noted.
Actually, west is more like that way. Yeah. West, east. Yeah,
Right, it's one of those crazy Western games.
yeah, western.
Super Time Force Ultra for PlayStation 4 and Vita. This is supposed to be quite good. It's a pixel-style retro shootery thing, but you have like time manipulation powers. When you die, you can then go again with... You play alongside like a ghost of your previous run, I think, and you can just keep stacking characters until you create basically an army of yourself. And then you can like save the lives of your previous selves by killing the people that would have killed your previous character, and it's pretty crazy. But yeah, could be awesome. Okay, next up is Am Murloc for the PS4, which is, if I'm correct, it's not what I think it is it? Tablet multiplayer card and board game set in a fairy tale animal kingdom. I don't know, for some reason I had it in my head it was kind of a roguelike-y kind of thing, but I guess it's not. Okay. Has anybody seen this or played this?
No.
Okay. It is a card and board game. It is both. I don't know, Has Wonderbot played that one? I think Wonderbot played that one. Which is why I thought it was a roguelike, probably, because that seems to be most of what he does. Anyway, Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence for PS4 and PS3. Here's an entry in the Nobunaga's Ambition franchise. Time to celebrate... It's the 30th anniversary of the series.
I remember Odo Nobunaga. He declared war on me on my Saturday Civ recording session. Yeah, I was mad at him.
Okay. This is a franchise I've never heard of, in spite of the fact that it's been around for 30 years. And there's not much information on it, so I guess it's not a well-established franchise. Suppose we can always Google it and find out what it is. It's Grand Strategy? Oh, it's Grand Strategy, right. It's been around since the Mega Drive era. Okay.
Hi, Mega Drive era.
Yes.
What's a Mega Drive?
Genesis to you Western types.
What's Genesis?
The Sega Genesis, you Philistine.
I'll assume that's supposed to mean something to me.
Oh dear. Zeo Drifter. Zeo Drifter is a game that is out this week. It is out on PS4 and Vita on September 1st. It's a sci-fi action-adventure game developed and published by Renegade Kid for the PC, Wii U, 3DS, Vita, PS4. I guess they're just porting it to other things. And it came out sometime last year. It's a Metroidvania-y thing. It is a pixel arty Metroidvania-y thing.
Fancy.
Which I feel like I've looked at those screenshots in recent history as well, actually, so I think it's came out on
An interstellar drifter who's exploring a small cluster of planets in the Omega sector is marooned after collision where the rogue asteroid damages his warp core. He notices his energy signature is one of the planets that just might provide the right materials to fix his damaged warp core. Will begins the retuning mission to fix his spacecraft spirals out of control, and now he must fight to survive by shooting and exploring his way through an alien landscape. Dun dun.
The Muppets Movie Adventures!
Yay!
For the Vita, which is probably going to involve the Muppets. It is a platform game about Muppets. I don't know quite what you want.
Does Well follow the Muppets?
She does, yes. She loves it.
Oh, I never did Muppets when I was many.
Yeah, Muppets are Muppets.
I know nothing about the Muppets, but I'm sure they evidently have a movie, and they evidently went on adventures, and there is probably a the involved.
I'm familiar with the Muppets Christmas Carol. I think that's probably about it.
Nope, never heard.
Dear.
No. I know none of the things. All I know about is about Croner.
Okay.
This is Jim Henson.
No,
Oh,
no.
oh.
Just
No.
Norgay. Just Norgay Crone.
Let us
That's
talk
it.
about Grow Home. Grow Home is out this week, which was already out on PC a while back. It is excellent. It is out this week on PS4. It's one of those weird sort of experimental projects Ubisoft did, and then they were like, hey, we could make this into a full game. So they did, and it's actually pretty good. It's an exploration-y kind of climbing-y game, which is my kind of jam, to be fair. I like exploring stuff. You play a cute little robot who can climb things in a derpy kind of way, and he can climb and fly his way through lots of floating islands and collect lots of things and help a plant grow in order to win the game. And I think the experiment that they did was it's like procedural animation or something, which means everything in the game. None of the animations in the game are scripted. They're all kind of follow like algorithms and things, which is very clever but kind of weird looking, and things look a bit derpy at times as well, as one might imagine. But it's very cute and cool.
Yeah.
I can recommend that. Zombie Vikings is a game about Vikings who are zombies, probably. There's not a lot of information on it. It is a 4-player co-op brawler starring undead Vikings. Fair enough.
All the pandering.
And there is a zombie lady with boob plate armor with giant spikes on the nipples, which is all you really needed in a zombie Viking. I'm quite sure.
Perhaps not the most historically accurate of games.
Well, maybe not, no. We have Space Hulk. This one is historically accurate.
Yeah. We'll see in the 41st millennium.
This is out on the Vita. This is something Will has told us about before, and he's about to tell us about again.
Turn-based grid game where you play essentially people in walking tanks versus Alien. It's just Alien from the film, but with a shorter head
Okay.
and an extra pair of arms.
Cool.
It's fun. It's good. And, there's going to be more Space Hulk later on, but first person. And that's the one I'm really looking out for.
Okay. We have Year Walk, which is out for the Wii U, which I remember looking at on PC and being interested in, but I never did
Oh, yeah.
get that. 2D adventure game in which the player wanders the Swedish forest in an attempt to see the future, encountering folkloric creatures along the way. I think it's a bit of a walking simulatory kind of thing, but it sounds interesting and cool. Gunman Clive HD Collection for the Wii U. It compiles Gunman Clive 1 and 2 in one package with 1080p, 4x AA, and 60 frames per second for Wii U. I still have no idea what it is. It is listed as being an action, a platformer, and a compilation. These are entirely unhelpful terms. It looks monochromatic is what it looks like. It is originally from 2012. So that's a remastery kind of deal. And also Gunman Clive for 2 is out for PC on the same day. I guess they also ported it as well as remastering it. If you wanted monochromatic shootery things on PC, I guess you can get that there too. And Raiden 4 Overkill for PC.
Is it Raiden or Raiden?
I thought it was Raiden, is it not?
Oh, they're raiding, presumably. Are they raiding?
Yeah, no, Raiden as in the god of lightning or whatever.
Okay. Will ruling.
It's Raiden in Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Good.
Right,
See,
okay.
That's
you
all
wrong.
I know.
You wrong, Meroka. You wrong.
Well,
But they're American, so
Well, what is it in Metal Gear?
I don't know.
I was gonna say
I don't
when you
play Metal Gear.
Oh, I've googled it, but now it's bringing up all the video game references, and I want the actual source of it, because I rather thought it was based on like a Japanese god of lightning or something was what I thought it was, but I might be wrong because there's no like disambiguation page here. So
Well, Will said it was Raiden, and Will's never wrong.
I imagine
except
that's
for
what it
about
is.
everything. I suppose, yeah, the statement that Will was never wrong is in fact a very, very, very wrong
That's-
statement in and of
That's
itself.
in American video games, though.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and to
America.
be fair, I wouldn't trust
gosh.
anybody who can't pronounce aluminium. So
Aluminum?
yeah, that's the
Aluminium.
one.
You
Yeah,
pronounce
wrong.
aluminum aluminium?
Yes.
Aluminium.
What are
There's
you,
an A.
insane?
No, we actually pronounce all of the letters. You miss letters out for some stupid reason.
You disgust me.
Okay, Raijin is a god of lightning, thunder, and storms in Shinto religion and Japanese mythology, and it can also be interpreted as Raiden or Raiden, however we're going to pronounce that, I don't know.
Raiden. I'm going to put a kroner.
It's the same word from which Raichu derives. Do we call it Raichu? Does anyone call it Raichu? You know, like the evolution of Pikachu? Do you call it Raichu? It's Raichu.
I don't know about what you're talking about. I don't know about your Pokemons.
Yeah, everybody knows about the Pokemons.
I know about Pikachu.
Will, you know about the Pokemons. How the hell do you pronounce Raichu?
It's Raichu.
It's Raichu, thank you. So surely it's Raiden.
How the Mushroom Island. The Mushroom Island.
But Raichu is spelt with a Y, isn't it?
No. Raichu.
Okay.
Is it not?
I don't know.
Well, that also requires googling. And now I'm going to. Now I Raichu. Yes, Raichu. Yes, from Bulbapedia.
Okay.
Bulbapedia.
I concede.
Yes. I'm not. I may have been defeated on one word. I'm not going to back down on a second one in one day. There we go. I know my Japanese gods. Tulkas was defeated on mythology.
I lost my kroner.
Oh god! After all that.
Oh, found it. Okay.
Well,
crisis averted. Kroner found. Okay. Good.
Audience, you can breathe a sigh of relief.
Okay. No crisis. Okay. Good talk.
Let's do video games on Steam coming out this week. Let's
Okay.
move on to those. We have Steam-A-Lot Epoch's Journey. Sounds steampunky. The medieval steampunk tactical card game. You build a deck of character skills and equipment. During a game, characters play characters onto a battlefield, and those characters maneuver around the field in turn-based combat. It looks really, really crude. This is not quite the glitz and glamour that Hearthstone might provide.
Blackrock Mountain, a Hearthstone adventure.
It's now outdated, goddammit.
No, never outdated.
Mad Max. Mad Max is out on Steam. It is a full price title. I had been informed that Mad Max was about £15. Steam is telling me it's £35, so it is pretty much a full price title.
Steam is telling me it's $59, $60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of seemed odd that they would do something like that for cheap. But then again, it's also kind of strange that something that is a full priced big title would slip under the radar. That's even more surprising now. Strangeness, much strangeness. Trigonarium is probably something about triangles, one would envision. That looks a lot like Geometry Wars. I think that's a Geometry Wars kind of thing. There's it less trippy than Geometry Wars, and probably more stuff going on, but I don't think I like the look of it as much as Geometry Wars. Geometry Wars was prettier. We have got a bunch of stuff that may or may not be coming out. I'll skip that one. Red Goddess Inner World is... I should really be asking for a review copy of this, because they sent me a preview of this a friggin' long time ago, and I need to know what's going on with this thing now. Yeah. That's, it was originally slated as being kind of a Metroidvania kind of thing, and then I'm not sure it is anymore. I'm not sure they had enough money to make it a Metroidvania. It might be like more linear now. But yeah, it's about a goddess who is kind of split into two personalities, and you can kind of split between them. You can be fire, or you can be ice, or anger, or calm. I'm not sure quite what it was. They both have different abilities, and they can solve puzzles in different ways. In many ways, I suppose a little bit like Trine, but also kind of not, because you need specific characters to do specific stuff. So not like Trine, actually, but yeah. it was interesting. I'm intrigued to see what they've done with it since last I looked at it. And actually, to be fair, it looks entirely different to last time I looked at it. It doesn't look anything remotely like last time I looked at it. So
Is this not just like a separate release?
I think, if memory serves, what happened was the first Kickstarter they did for it failed when it was just Red Goddess, and then they redid it as Red Goddess Inner World and did a separate Kickstarter for that, and this is what came out of that. I think it's the same premise, but like something entirely else now.
Un voyage
really cool.
au coeur de l'esprit sur PC, jeuxvideo.com.
Yes, those are words that you just said. What the hell did you just say?
Un voyage au coeur de l'esprit sur PC, jeuxvideo.com.
Okay, Tulkas is now speaking tongues, so we're going to go on without him.
It's a review for the game.
Okay.
I said.
Okay, Nobunaga's Ambition is a thing we looked at. Armello is a thing that we looked at. Metal Gear Solid is a thing that we looked at. So those are things. Absent is out this week. This is a free-to-play thing from 2013 that I'm not sure what it is. It's a point-and-click game, that's what it is. It is a amateurish looking point-and-click game. It's probably some adventure game studio kind of dealy. But it is free, so if you want to pick that up, sure, go, have at it. We have Isbot, which is a bot. I don't know. It's a fast-paced, edge-of-your-seat platformer that delivers delicious, bite-sized, challenging platforming levels while always keeping you in the action. That sounds horrible. I want no part of that.
I think it's a Super Meat Boy kind of deal.
It's a platformy rage game, kind of, yes, there's Meat Boying things in there. Nope, don't want that in my life. Don't need that at all. We have Renowned Explorers. Holy crap, that's out now? Ooh, that snuck up on me. Ooh, these are from the same guy. This is from the guys who made Russo. I don't know, they never particularly were very well clear on how that was pronounced. It was Dutch. This is a strategy adventure game about going on adventures, and I can't remember. I played it at PAX, but to be fair, it's not stuck with me, but I know those guys made whatever the previous game was called, and I enjoyed that, and I'm intrigued to see what they do next, so yeah, I'm going to be seeing if I can't have a look at this sometime this week. Yeah, I want to look at that, definitely.
A fictitious 19th century.
Mm-hmm. It's all very colonial, don't you know? Back when real men drank real tea.
No, we were a colony once, and then we stopped.
We owned you once. And then we got rid of you because you were becoming too troublesome for us.
And then you were relegated to global international obscurity, where we obtained hegemony. See, hegemony. I used the word from last week, yeah.
Was that from your word-a-day calendar now?
No, it's last week, remember, we had that hegemony
I remember.
Yeah, the Hegemony 3, Clash of the Ancients, that I was going to look at, but never ended up doing, because it looked like a Room Total War clone, because of Farsight, yeah. I still got a tab open with it, man.
Yes,
I have
okay.
still the tab.
Active Aggression is an explosive techno-thriller real-time strategy game hailing from the golden era of RTS. Oh, this is another one who's like, hey, nobody's done a real RTS in a while, let's do a real RTS thing, and all of a sudden everybody's just done them at once, so it's an RTS. It looks like one of your old Command & Conquers, or whatever. Pick an RTS.
Age of Empires 2, the Age of Kings Conquest Expansion Gold Edition.
Yeah, that works as well, sure.
Yeah.
Yay, RTS. Japanese God of Lightning 4 Overkill. That is out. Moss Speedrun 2. I feel like I've heard of this at some point recently. I don't know what it is. There is something probably about speedrunning.
This looks awful.
It does not look terribly promising. Moss is back in her biggest and most exciting adventure ever. Wall jump to victory through 30 mysterious action-packed levels. It is indie platforming at its most generic. Absolutely. We have Company of Heroes 2, The British Forces, which is probably something vaguely military.
It's an RTS.
It is, okay, more RTS.
I don't want to play a game about dumb British people.
This is World War II RTS.
The British forces. Allied. Ooh, fancy. An iconic Allied army. Fun. Ooh,
Yep.
Your development choices and open endgame configuration. So is this what is this? Is this RTS or?
It is RTS,
Okay.
yes. We have said
Okay.
it is RTS.
Okay.
It is World War II RTS.
Okay.
There is Unfair Jousting Fair, which sounds like an entertaining little name. That looks quite fun, actually. Beat your friends in a joust while you try to keep your balance on top of your unicycle. This is a very silly two-player multiplayer thing about hitting each other with sticks on unicycles, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have that one at Button Mash.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
That really
it'd
looks
be
like a
good for the
Button Mash
mashup.
game, yeah.
You're gonna have this, but you won't have Hearthstone. For shame.
Hearthstone wouldn't work. This one we can just get people to hit each other with sticks, and it works. When Hearthstone allows us to have people hitting each other with sticks, then we shall have it.
Well, there are many weapons in Hearthstone.
No sticks. Not nearly enough sticks.
Well, there are some sticks.
Gunman Clive is out for PC, which is one we looked at but didn't have much information on. Gunman Clive does in fact ride a panda at one point, according to the screenshot. So that's the thing that happened. He also appears to ride a pterodactyl. Apparently, Gunman Clive gets up to a lot of strange and weird exploits. Cool. Alright. That's a bit bizarre. Rubber and Lead. Rubber and Lead is a 2D top-down vehicle combat RPG. You shoot your way through the post-apocalyptic Arizona, go on missions, upgrade your cars, equip your weapons, and blast away your enemies. I feel like we've seen a few things that are very, very similar to this in not so recent history. In fairly recent history, even. Yeah, that looks like an old GTA game, but with more bullets. That's not the most compelling thing I've seen today. I'll be honest. And finally, as a fairly short list this week, we have Snick. Snick is a game that will test your reflexes, timing, aiming, and planning ahead in a simple minimalist interface. And it's something about balls. Something about balls rotating around other balls. Okay. Sure. Puzzle game thing. Casual.
That's
ish
minimalist.
looking. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the thing with your kind of casual, abstracty, puzzly things is like just looking at the trailer and looking at screenshots. It's just like I have no idea what's going on here, and I can't really tell you what it is. It's a puzzle thing, probably. Play it and find out. That's
A
all we
good
can
snowman
offer.
is hard to build.
What about a good snowman is hard to build?
Do you think that a good snowman is easy to build?
No, but
Well, then why do we have controversy? We agree.
I'm not sure why you were bringing this particular topic up, though.
I made a statement. Snowman, Christmas. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
It's
jingle all
August.
the
Get
way.
out.
It's not even been Halloween yet.
He's gone. Welcome back.
Angry face.
There are two more holidays, much more important holidays first.
No,
There's Halloween.
no. Christmas is the most important of them all. Is
No, it's not.
June the 5th. I want to say it's blah 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 blah.
September 19th is the most important holiday.
July the 5th. July the 5th is the most importantest holiday of them all because that's when we celebrate our New Year in the Kepwite calendar. But the second most important of them all is Christmas, and there, angry face.
No, the most important holiday of the year under any calendar is September 19th, International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
No. July 5th. July 5th. It's when the Kepwite calendar goes from 17 Anno Nihili to 18 Anno Nihili.
And then September 19th is when everyone goes, Yarr!
Yes.
One of these things is more important than the other.
That can be the third most important festival
No,
after
it's not.
July 5th.
I'm not having this.
New Year, Kepwite New Year's, and Christmas, and then International Talk Like a Pirate Day. There's a hierarchy here, man. Hierarchy.
And pirates are top of the hierarchy. The pirates are top of any hierarchy. They're friggin' pirates. They wouldn't let you be any higher in the hierarchy. There is no greater authority than plunder.
Piracy.
So, yeah, that's kind of all the games. Why did you... I'm still not sure why you brought up the bloody snowman thing. Because I know that's a game, but what did that have to do with anything?
Christmas. Snowman. A good snowman is hard to build. Like, statement.
It's not Christmas. It's not even close to Christmas, and no one even mentioned Christmas.
Will, do you think that a good snowman is easy to build?
Yes. Because I'm a dad and I'm adept in building snowmen.
Will, do you know why he brought this up?
I don't.
Thank you.
Alas.
Well, I'm sure there's some reason.
Oh, dear.
If you don't know, nobody knows.
I don't know anything. What do you think I know things? All I know is that I love puppies, and I love Christmas, and I love Hearthstone, and I love quartz, and I hate you.
Oh, dear.
And I love Kroner as a currency.
And I love International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yay.
So I think that brings us to a conclusion. Tulkas, do your thing. Tell the people who you are, where you come from, what you do, where they can find
Alrighty,
you,
y'all.
the things.
I am the Tulkas Valiant, champion of the Long Laughing Warrior, from youtube.com/TulkasValiant. My things I don't really have. I'll have the Crusade, which will be a terrible video, but oh well. And Hobathon will be happening September 26th at 8 normal time, so 7 central time, and another time something like 2 Meroka time, and yeah, our Hercules will happen then, and yeah. Oh, Hearthstone. Hearthstone exists. Yeah, thumbs up.
And there may or may not be a hashtag Team Suicide show at some point this week.
Yeah, possibly. Hashtag Team Suicide.
It remains to be seen whether we're going to make that a regular thing or not, but I think it could be fun.
I like making live streams. At some point, I set up live streaming. Like there was like a little pop up in the sidebar of my YouTube this week. It was like, click this to set up live streaming, and I clicked it, and like apparently I'm set up for live streaming. I have no idea how to live stream, but I can do that. Not with Spiral Knights, but something else. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I just like the ability to be able to live stream in what I would call my native format now. With Twitch, it's like, oh, I'm going into a new audience, and it's like, oh, now I've got to compete with everybody who's already well established there. With YouTube, it's like, I already got people who are going to watch this. If I do this, people will come and see the things, and that's fun.
Yay! And well, I mean, for me, it's that like I'm not well established, but then like I go to your channel and I am well established. I just like mooch off you. Yeah.
Yeah, you come to my channel and then everyone thinks you're bae.
Yeah. I come to you, mooch off your viewers, get everyone to become my bae. It's glorious, man. Glorious.
Alrighty, I think that brings us to the end. I kind of feel like I should say the things that we're doing on this channel. I'm definitely going to try and get Red Goddess and Renowned Explorers on the channel this week. There will be more Party Hard, because Party Hard is the greatest. There will be a Sharknado at some point this week. Look forward to that. Spiral Spiel will be out as always on Wednesday, and...
Strangelands!
Yeah.
You need to make a Strangelands video.
Probably not.
You must, Meroka. You must. Remember that there's a guideline of like one Strangelands video a week?
That's fallen by the wayside for a long time, and to be fair, some people ain't adhered to that since they joined the server, so...
Yeah, but you can bring it back, man. Bring it back. Come on. Well, Will, make sure Meroka does that this week, okay, Will?
I have no power over Meroka ever since the word.
You can blackmail him with, like, button mash. You can say that you'll arson button mash if he doesn't.
I don't even do anything. This is the only contribution I have to Button Mash. And if I boycotted this, I don't think it would make a lot of difference.
You can threaten him to not attend the Hercules Hobathon live stream. That'll show him.
We didn't even include Will in the original plans.
Yes, we did. It'll just be you and me at like 2 a.m. trying to talk about Hercules. What do you think about that, huh?
I think it'll go about as well as... I think it'll go as well as the hashtag Team Suicide show, which is to say people think you're bae.
Yay! Oh yeah, I was watching Mod's. Mod had a practice stream for a Hobathon on the Beam channel. I found out why Beam is better. We were wondering this. Beam is apparently better because there is less there's less delay time between stream chat and like video and stuff, so you get to see things more immediately. And there were people in the chat that were from Indiana, and I was like, "Yay, who's your pride?" There's like a person from Indiana and a person from Illinois and a person from Kentucky, and I was like, "Yeah, Midwest pride, yo!"
I'm still dubious about Beam when Mod is concerned that a stiff breeze will knock their server over. He's like, let's see if it can handle 200 people. It's like, well, if it can't handle 200 people, it's not a very good service. But hey.
Perhaps.
But apparently it managed it fine, so...
Yay! Well,
I should bloody hope so.
Were there 200 people there?
I don't know, but they got... I think they got a good number of, if not people, at least tabs open streaming it, apparently.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that actually counts, but whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, that brings us to a close. Will, tell the people what's happening.
Right, we've got an event coming up on the 26th at the Bradford Playhouse, as ever. As ever, and you can get details about that on the Facebook page at
facebook.com/buttonmash.
We do the Twitters at...
We do the Twitters at twitter.com/button_mash_UK.
Okay, and we got the website, which is never, ever updated, ever. So I don't know why we're even listing it.
But if you really want to see that ancient history, you can go to button-mash.net.
And
we
got
are
Steam.
never... We are never, ever, ever, ever gonna update the website.
I feel we should at some point. But that's not my job.
That's not my job either.
Taylor Swift songs about it.
Carry on.
We've got the Steam curation.
Our Steam curator list can be found at bit.ly/bmsteam.
And you should obviously throw all your monies at the Patreon.
The Patreon can be found at patreon.com/buttonmash.
And I feel there's something else I'm missing.
Puppies.
Well, in the past, we had recently started saying Twitch, but now that we're streaming on here, I guess maybe not. I guess that one can go. See you later, Twitch. No one cares. We're on YouTube now.
How are your neighbor's puppies doing? Well?
They were delicious. Thank you.
Okay, I appreciate the update.
Alright, that's done. Is it? Yeah, that's all the things. Yay! Done. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you, Tulkas, for joining us.
Thank you, for watching.
Thank you for joining me, Will.
Thank you.
And we shall see you next week.
Cherry bye.
Bye!